Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are a professional American football team based in the Buffalo Niagara Falls metropolitan area, competing in the National Football League, NFL, as a member club of the American Football Conference, AFC East Division. Founded in 1959 as a charter member of the American Football League, AFL, the team joined the NFL in 1970 following the AFL-NFL merger. The Bills' name is derived from an All-America Football Conference, AFC, franchise from Buffalo, named after Western frontiersman Buffalo Bill. The franchise is owned by Terry and Kim Pegula, who purchased the Bills after Ralph Wilson's death in 2014. The Bills won consecutive AFL championships in 1964 and 1965, but struggled in the 1970s before becoming perennial postseason contenders from the late 1980s to the early 1990s. Their greatest success occurred between 1990 and 1993, appearing in 4 consecutive Super Bowls. Franchise history. The Buffalo Bills, a charter member of the American Football League, began competitive play in 1960 and joined the NFL as part of the AFL-NFL merger in 1970. They won 2 consecutive American Football League titles in 1964 and 1965 with quarterback Jack Kemp and coach Lou Saban, but have yet to win a league championship since. After the merger, the Bills became the second NFL team to represent the city, following the Buffalo All-Americans. The Bills were generally mediocre in the 1970s, but featured All-Pro running back O.J. Simpson. After being pushed to the brink of failure in the mid-1980s, the collapse of the United States Football League, and a series of highly drafted players allowed the Bills to rebuild into a perennial contender in the late 1980s through the mid-1990s under head coach Marv Levy. However, the team lost all 4 subsequent Super Bowls, records that still stand. The rise of the division rival New England Patriots under Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, along with numerous failed attempts at rebuilding in the 2000s and 2010s, prevented the Bills from reaching the playoffs in 17 consecutive seasons between 2000 and 2016, a 17-year drought that was the longest active playoff drought in all major professional sports at the time. Mike Mularkey coached the Bills in the 2004 and 2005 seasons, but resigned after the 2005 season. Dick Joron coached the Bills from 2006 to 2009, but was dismissed after a 3-6 start to his 4th season. Sean Gailey coached the Bills from 2010 to 2012, but was fired after 3 consecutive last-place finishes in the AFC East. Under head coach Sean McDermott, the Bills broke the playoff drought, appearing in the playoffs for 4 of the next 5 seasons. The team drafted Wyoming quarterback Josh Allen with the 7th overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft and earned their first division championship and playoff wins since 1995 during the 2020 season. Logos and uniforms. The Buffalo Bills wore uniforms based on those of the Detroit Lions for their first 2 seasons. The team's original colors were Honolulu blue, silver, and white, with helmets being silver with no striping. In 1962, the standing red bison was designated as the logo and took its place on a white helmet. The team switched to blue jerseys with red and white shoulder stripes, similar to the Buffalo Bison's AHL hockey team of the same era. The helmets were white with a red center stripe. In 1973, the Bills introduced blue pants worn with the white jerseys, which remained through 1985. The face mask on the helmet was blue from 1974 through 1986 before changing to white. The Standing Bison logo was replaced by a blue charging one with a red slanting stripe streaming from its horn. The helmet logo adopted in 1974, a charging royal blue bison with a red streak, white horn, and eyeball, remained unchanged. In 2002, under the direction of General Manager Tom Donahoe, the Bills' uniforms went through radical changes. A darker shade of blue was introduced as the primary jersey color, and nickel gray was introduced as an accent color. Both the blue and white jerseys featured red side panels. The helmet remained primarily red, with one navy blue 2 nickel, 2 royal blue, 2 white stripes, and a white face mask. In 2005, the Bills revived the standing bison helmet and uniform of the mid-1960s as a throwback uniform. They usually wore the all-blue combination at home and the all-white combination on the road when not wearing the throwback uniforms. The Bills' uniform received minor alterations as part of the league's new uniform contract with Nike. On November 12, 2015, the Bills and the New York Jets became the first 2 teams to participate in the NFL's Color Rush uniform initiative. A notable use of the Bills' uniforms outside of football was in the 2018 World Junior Ice Hockey Championships. On April 1, 2021, the team announced they would wear white face masks during the upcoming season and beyond. Rivalries. The Buffalo Bills have a variety of rivalries with their AFC East opponents, including the Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and New York Jets. The rivalry gained prominence in the 1970s when the Dolphins won every matchup against the Bills for an NFL record 20 straight wins against a single opponent. The rivalry has since cooled down after the retirements of Kelly and Marino and the rise of the New England Patriots. The rivalry with the Miami Dolphins began before the NFL-AFL merger, but gained notability after the emergence of Tom Brady in 2001. The Patriots, who were very competitive prior to the 2000s, replaced the Dolphins as Buffalo's most hated rival. Since Brady's departure in 2020, the Bills have taken a 7-2 edge, including consecutive AFC East titles from 2020 to 2022 and a season sweep of the Patriots in 2 of the 3 years. The rivalry is also noted for several players being members of both teams during their careers. The Bills-Jets rivalry, which represents the differences between New York City and Western New York, has historically not been as intense as Buffalo's rivalries with the Dolphins and Patriots. The series has had a handful of competitive moments, such as when former Jets head coach Rex Ryan became the Bills head coach for 2 seasons, and Bills quarterback Josh Allen and former Jets quarterback Sam Darnold maintained a friendly rivalry with one another. Buffalo leads the series 69-58 as of 2023, including a playoff win in 1981. The Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills have a long history in the AFL, with Buffalo leading the series 29-24-1. The Chiefs have won 5 playoff meetings, including the 1966 AFL Championship game and the 2020 AFC Championship game. However, each team has lost the ensuing Super Bowl. The rivalry gained attention when the Bills and Chiefs met in 9 of 10 years from 2008 to 2017. The Jacksonville Jaguars and Bills have also developed a rivalry, drawing comparisons to Jim Kelly's rivalry with Dan Marino and Tom Brady's rivalry with Peyton Manning. The first game between the 2 teams was a London game in 2015, followed by an ugly wild card game in 2017 that saw the Bills win 10-3. The series is currently tied at 10-10. The Houston Oilers/Tennessee Titans have a long history with the Bills, both being original AFL clubs and rivals in the East Division before the AFL-NFL merger. Matchups were intense in the 1990s, with Warren Moon leading the Oilers against Jim Kelly's Bills. After failing to meet the same success in the late 2000s to early 2010s, they have returned to consistent playoff contention since 2017, resulting in several high-profile games. Memorable playoff moments between the teams include the comeback in 1992 and the Music City Miracle in 1999. The Titans currently lead the series 30-20. Notable players. The Buffalo Bills have a unique tradition of wearing numbers, with the number 31 being the only one to be issued to any other player. The number 31 was given to Preston Riedlhuber in 1969, who damaged his number 36 jersey during a game. It was not reissued until 1990, when James Williams wore it for his first 2 seasons. The number 32 was withdrawn from circulation after O.J. Simpson's murder case, but was reintroduced in 2019 with Centerized Perry. The 32 is mainly used for defense, with current linebacker Nicholas Morrow wearing it after Kieran Brown wore it the prior season. Number 15 was issued sparingly after Jack Kemp's retirement, with wide receiver Marquez Valdez-Scantling currently wearing it. Other numbers issued on rare circumstances include the 44 of Albert DeBinion and the 66 of Billy Shaw. Number 1 was rarely used, with Tommy Hodgett wearing it during his time as a player coach. Curtis Samuel currently wears the number, and it had been 19 years since its regular season wear in 2002. Number 95 has not been reissued since Kyle Williams' retirement in 2019. Radio and television. The Buffalo Bills radio network, based in Buffalo, is a broadcasting service that airs home games on WJR AM 550 and sister station WWBM 1520. The team's current play-by-play announcer is Chris Brown, who took over from John Murphy after Murphy's stroke. The network has signed an agreement with Nexstar Media Group in 2018 to carry preseason games across its network of stations. As of 2020, WIVB-TV serves as the flagship station, with color commentary by Steve Tasker and play-by-play positions rotated between Andrew Catalon and Rob Stone. Since 2008, preseason games have been broadcast in high definition. In 2016, most team-related programming was relocated to MSG Western New York, a joint venture between MSG and the team ownership. Preseason games will continue to air in simulcast on broadcast television. If regular season games are broadcast by ESPN, a local Buffalo station will broadcast the game, following the league's television policies. Mascots, cheerleaders, and marching band. The Buffalo Bills, a team in the NFL, have an official mascot, Billy Buffalo, an 8-foot-tall blue American bison. They do not have cheerleaders, but they operated a cheerleading squad called the Buffalo Jills from 1967 to 1985. The Jills, which operated as an independent organization from 1986 to 2013, suspended operations due to legal actions. In a settlement, the Bills agreed to pay the Jills $3.5 million and Cumulus Media $4 million in stock options, admitting no wrongdoing. The Bills are one of 6 teams in the NFL to designate an official marching band or drumline, with the Stampede Drumline serving this position since 2013. The Bills have several theme songs, including the popular Shout from the Isley Brothers, which is heard at home games following field goals or touchdowns. The unofficial fight song, Go Bills, was penned by head coach Marv Levy in the mid-1990s on a friendly wager with his players. Supporters. The Buffalo Bills are a fan organization with over 200 chapters across North America, Europe, and Oceania. The Bills Mafia, organized via Twitter since 2010, has grown to represent the broad community surrounding the team as a whole. Bills fans are known for their wearing of Zubaz zebra-printed sportswear, the wing hat, the water buffalo hat, and the whammy weenie. Bills fans are also known for their frequent support for charitable causes. After breaking their 17-year playoff drought, Bills fans crowdfunded the charities of Bengals players Andy Dalton and Tyler Boyd with hundreds of thousands of dollars. In 2020, after an upset win over the Seattle Seahawks, fans donated nearly $700,000 to the Oishii Children's Hospital, an organization supported by Allen throughout his time in Buffalo. The Bills are one of the favorite teams of ESPN announcer Chris Berman, who picked the Bills to reach the Super Bowl nearly every year in the 1990s. Berman often used the catchphrase, "No one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills," when he gave the induction speech for Bills owner Ralph Wilson when Wilson was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2009. The Bills were also the favorite team of late NBC political commentator Tim Russert, a South Buffalo native, who often referred to the team on his Sunday morning talk show, Meet the Press. CNN's Wolf Blitzer, CBS Evening News lead anchor Jeff Glor, and DNC chairman Tom Perez have all expressed their fandom. ESPN anchor Kevin Connors is also a noted Bills fan, dating back to his time attending Ithaca College. Actor Nick Bakke is a well-known Bills fan, and character actor William Fichtner, raised in Cheektowaga, is a fan. Former Olympic swimmer Summer Sanders has professed her fandom of the team, and actor Christopher McDonald is a fan of the team. Persons notable for their Bills fandom include Ken Pinto Ron Johnson, John Lang, Mark Miller, and Ezra Castro, also known as Pancho Villa. Castro died on May 14, 2019, after being diagnosed with a spinal tumor that had metastasized in 2017. In popular culture, several former Buffalo Bills players earned a name in politics in the late 20th century after their playing careers had ended, nearly always as members of the Republican Party. The most famous of these was quarterback Jack Kemp, who was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives from Western New York in 1971, 2 years after his playing career ended, and remained there for nearly 2 decades, serving as the Republican Party nominee for Vice President of the United States under Bob Dole in 1996. Kemp's backup, Ed Rutkowski, served as county executive of Erie County from 1979 to 1987. Former tight end Jay Remersma, defensive tackle Fred Smerlas, and defensive end Phil Hansen have all run for Congress, though all three either lost or withdrew from their respective races. And that wraps up our deep dive into the Buffalo Bills, a team with a rich history and an exciting future. From their iconic Super Bowl runs to their current rise as one of the AFC's powerhouse teams, the Bills have given their fans plenty to cheer for. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more content on your favorite NFL teams, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Sports Spectrum, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments who you'd like us to cover next. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.